Hello. Okay. Don't know why audio didn't seem to want to work. Anyway, yeah, wow, 2 days in a row. I don't stream for a long time, and then all of a sudden, 2 days in a row, I'm streaming. I've had a particularly good day today. I hope you've had a good day today. Um, it's been very promising, and yeah, hey, let's hope it continues. So, um, I am going to continue with my steampunk residence, as I'm calling it. Specifically, the stairs. Okay, so the stairs that I did yesterday, um, I think, are not really the stairs that I'm going to be using because the land impact of these stairs is utterly ridiculous. So I am going to be deleting that. And I have already previously, quite a number of hours ago now, been playing with this stair idea because these stairs are going to be pretty tall. It's going to be quite a lot of mesh. And I've got to try and bring the land impact down. Now, I've been playing with this idea, kind of style of stairs because one, they're easy enough to climb. They're the right height, okay, for Second Life. The only drawback is, okay, so the mesh and the triangle rate is actually really a lot lower. Okay, so these are actually triangle mesh pieces, which I've spaced vertically and then spun round. They go up, I think there's 20 odd steps. And what I've learned over the years with Second Life is don't make pieces whole if you can, because you can bring the land impact down of something to one by reducing the amount of mesh, getting the physics right, and then it just brings down the land impact, right? So I redid the center column, made the step pieces triangular in shape. The reason for that is there's less vertices and less faces, therefore less mesh land impact for Second Life. Plus the fact, by the time I've textured this, given this a texture, a material, no one's really gonna notice that with how I'm gonna apply the textures to the inside of the building anyway. Stairs are not something that people generally tend to admire unless they. I think the most impressive stairs are the ones that I did in the room below the first floor, which are quite. But the spiral stairs going up is literally just for access. It's aesthetics, really. It's just what something looks like. Okay. Um, so I don't think the stairs, need to be particularly ornamental to look at. Um, and for the sake of land impact, I'm not actually that bothered. Um, because we're going up quite high. It's like nearly 40 meters worth of mesh, which is kind of crazy. So anyway, that's the plan. That's the plan. So I have already been playing with the land impact. So I'm now going to start tweaking things with regard to these steps and also the pole here. I want to bring that down. I want to bring that down to the height. I think I've got X-ray on, yeah. So I'm going to bring that to the top of there. Okay, right. Okay, so this was also a bad idea. The bit that's in blue here is a very bad idea. I think I need to rethink how I'm going to stop people from falling off the edge, if at all. Do I, am I kind of bothered that people are going to fall off the edge? Not really. I mean, it is easy enough to actually walk around. The spacing and the height of each step is, as you know, you're not bumping. Okay, there isn't a collision with regard to this, so I don't think it's really that necessary. What I am going to do is I'm going to... Have I applied... Yeah, I've applied the modifier to this. Okay, so I'm going to join those two pieces together. Let's get rid of this. Don't need that now. Okay. This height, I think, works. It works really well. I've already tested it out. It just seems to be the right amount of mesh to keep the land impact low, and I'm getting, I think it's 8, land impact of 8. Hang on, bear with me, and that's without any tweaking. 6. Okay, so I'm getting a land impact of 6 for 20 steps, which is fine. What I do need to do is I'm going to shift. Let me rename this and let's call it spiral stairs. Spiral stairs, okay. Let's duplicate this and create. So what I do to create the collision, or in Second Life it's called the physics. I'm gonna hide that. And let's go into here. So what I'm going to do is I am going to select that face and that face, and basically go all the way up. Actually, do you know what? I could make this even better. Actually, I'm not going to do it that way. I'm just thinking the way I normally do it. Okay, well, the way I normally do it is I select this front face and the first step, and then the top step and the face of the last step. And then I just join, and of course, if it's a straightforward, straight up steps, then, but this is a spiral. This is a spiral, and I'm wondering whether the best option would be for me to... I'm going to experiment a minute. So if I fill that, that works. Ooh. Why is it doing that? That's interesting. Why? Ooh. Oh, I know why it's doing that, because this is too steep. Right. Okay, I think... I know why. Okay, scratch that 1 minute. I've got a different plan. I have a plan. This is where I've never actually really I've done plenty of spiral staircases for Second Life, but this is crucial because this is so big, and I need to get this right. I need to get this right. So what I'm going to do is, let's go here. I am going to separate by... Let's separate by loose parts. Okay, so now we've kind of broken that up. What I'm thinking is... all these are separate. Why is that not deselected? It's weird. Okay. There we go. I'm going to... I'm going to join all those. Active object is not selected. Okay, fine. Right, I'm going to join that lot. And now I'm going to do a Boolean. Bear with me. You'll see the madness that's involved with this in a minute. I'm going to create a Boolean. And I want the Boolean to be this object. Because there is only certain bits of mesh that I need. Okay, that's fine. Right, so now... I've cut away. That's fine. Right. Oh, come on. Okay. Let me just raise this up very slightly. Ah, there we go. Right, let's do that again, shall we? Okay, so this has got the Boolean on that. Okay, let's apply. Right. There we go. The sections are cut. That should actually be a better angle. What I can do now is go through here, fill, from there to there. Yes, there we go. It's more like it. From there to there. Okay, this is what we need. Now, I dare say, like everything with Blender, there's more than one way to do something, and somebody's probably going, oh no, you need to do this, you need to do this. At the moment, this is the quickest thing I can think of. You'll see what's going to happen in a minute. This is a bit tedious, but I know this is going to work because this will give me the mesh that I need to create the physics. Interesting when you know, this is what I love about Blender. Okay, what I love about Blender is not only is it just an enjoyable program and absolutely an amazing program considering it's free, and the level of creativity that, you know, I've seen other streamers doing is just amazing. I mean, it really, it's an eye-opener what people find to create in Blender. If anyone comes into chat, because I'm running this on obviously on my main computer, I'm running the chat on a different computer, and I have to keep looking over to it, so it's not actually on my screen. So I apologize in advance if you come to this channel and all of a sudden I'm not responding because you've said something. I do keep looking over towards my other computer. So what I need to do now is face select what I've just created, switch that off. Right, okay, so see what I've created? Here we go. We now have the perfect... Ooh, that's a bit weird. This face is not actually... I know what I probably did. I probably clicked on... Right, okay, that's fine. What if I go L? Ooh. Nope, not very good. Okay, let's do that again. Okay, so I do need to select... Oh no, okay, that's fine. And that face there, right? So if I invert everything... sorry, I need to... Right, I need to get rid of all that faces. There we go. Sorry, let me switch on screencast keys because I know sometimes people ask about what is it you're pressing? What is it you're pressing? I do the same when I watch other people's streams. I'm kind of asking, what is it you're pressing? Right, I now need to select this. I need to select this. I now need to join this. The pillar needs to really be part of the physics, but not necessarily the top face. Certainly the bottom face does not need to be on the physics. Right, okay, that is pretty good. Now, as I said before, let's shove that off there for a minute. As I've said before, I'm going to color this. The physics model needs to be ever so slightly smaller than the original because it needs to be inside the mesh. So I'm going to scale this. What are we on? We're on a 1 scale. Let's set origin to geometry so it's in the middle. I'm going to go really, I'm going to go 99.99. Now it's on the inside. It's shrunk down, right? Set the origin back to the 3D cursor. I want to see if this works. I think it will work. Right, so I'm now going to export this out, and this is going to be Central Stairs Physics _ Second Life picks up physics models, the same name as the item that you're saving, which I always use DAE. So as long as it's the same name with an _ PHYS, it will automatically pick that up as the physics that you want for that model, or that mesh that you're uploading. So we want to select just that. I'm going to export the collider. Okay, we're going to go into Second Life. The model is already in Second Life, so let's bring it in. I know I can get a land impact of 6. If I can make this any less than 6, I'm super happy. I'm happy even at 6. Right. I'm really happy that I've got 6 with that mesh. So we're in Second Life beta. We're in Second Life beta. Always do stuff in beta first, because otherwise it costs a fortune. So we're going to bring the Central Stairs in. Right? Oh, lovely. It's brought... Oh my god. I just love it. I just love it. I love it. I love it when it works. There we go. The physics automatically brought in. No problems. Let's see what the land impact is going to be. Let's give it a name. Spiral Stairs. Okay. We want the physics, which is being brought in. Yeah. Okay. We don't have any textures at the moment. Let's calculate that out. Ooh, it doesn't like it. It doesn't like it because it's found... What is it found? It's found something right down there that's too small. Degenerate triangles. Okay. Degenerate triangles. Okay, let's find out what degenerate triangles. It's right down here? Why is it right down there? Oh. What on earth is that? Why is that there? Okay. Oh. Oh, I know why. I know why. Because the Boolean didn't cut that piece. I should be able to just delete that vertex. Ooh, no. Not good. There we go. Okay. Dissolve an edge. No, I can't do that. I can delete the edge. Nope. This is interesting. What is this? Okay. Interesting, interesting. Okay, I know why that happened. Right, so of course what's happened now... that doesn't matter. Right. If we just fill that in... Cool. Perfect. Okay. That will have got rid of the degenerate... whatever it said. Degenerate something or other. Export out again as the physics. We only want that selection. Okay. Let's go back to Second Life. Now we can load this up. I am so curious as to what the land impact is going to be. If it comes down below... Oh, perfect. There we go. That is even better. Look at that. Brilliant. If that can go down... What about the top? Yeah, the top is fine. The bottom is fine. If I can get it below 6, fantastic. Spiral stairs. Right. we don't have any textures. There's no issues here now. Let's generate. Oh my god, 4. Oh, please work at 4. Let's upload it and res it. See what it looks like. Okay, so there's our stairs. See what I mean about the scale? There's my character. And there's the stairs. Right, so if we edit this... let's go to features. We switch on the physics. This is what the physics are like because it's a convex hull. But of course, we brought in our own physics for this. So if it's a vertex, if it's a convex hull, it's a mess. I mean, Second Life just tries to figure out what it can do. We convert it to prim. We then get our own physics. Now, it looks like the bottom part of this physics... Oh, yeah, no, it has worked. I think I've got the... face orientation around the wrong way on some of those, so I will redo this again. But anyway, I don't care. Wow, this is brought down to 3. Oh my goodness. We now got a land impact of 3. This, folks, is why I keep saying you have to use Second Life Beta, but you also have to do, especially on static objects that you need collisions on, you have to do the physics. It makes a huge difference. If you let Second Life do its own physics, let me bring that mesh in again and I'll show you what I mean. This is the same mesh, but with my physics. If I bring in that same mesh, but okay, so at the moment I know that this is my physics. If I bring in the physics from Second Life and I see if I set it to medium, it's gonna be a mess, right? This is Second Life's attempt at trying to do the physics, which is rubbish because you're going to go up 4 steps, 3 steps, and then hit basically a brick wall. And it's an utter mess. So you have to go high. See how the physics change? So now it's literally made the whole object a collision mesh, right? Now if I calculate, it's going to give it 8.6 instead of 3. If I make the mesh itself become... So I'm not going to use my physics model, but if I use the mesh itself, see how it's exactly the same as Second Life's own high physics reference. Calculate. It's still going to be 8.6. Right? So if I say spiral stairs, stairs SL model, right? So if I bring this in, reset it, it's exactly the same. It looks the same, but hey, when we look at the physics, okay, if I make it prim, this is the physics compared to this physics, right? This is their physics, or using the mesh model itself as the physics model. But look at the land impact. The land impact is 6. This land impact is 3. Just because I spent some extra time making a physics model myself with as little mesh as possible, and only making the collisions relevant to the model, right? This is given me, you know, everything. The whole mesh is basically a collision model, which is just a waste of resources. And also the land impact is twice as much. So I am very happy with this. The only thing I need to do now is test, and I don't think this is going to work. Nope, because I'm walking straight through it. Okay, I knew that was going to happen. I'm walking straight through it because I got the face orientation around the wrong way. Right? Okay, so let's try this again. Right. I need to go back to Blender. Select the mesh. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can see that the face orientation is around the wrong way. Okay, so we go mesh normals outside. There we go. Sorted. Right. So if I now select that again, export that out, and this is our physics model. If I go back to Second Life, okay, so we're now going to go upload mesh model. It's brought that in. There we go. That's better. That's much better. Physics, no issues. Spiral stairs. Let's call it final. Okay, calculate. So we're now getting 4 for some reason. I don't know why. We're getting 4 just because... Oh, okay, because of the face orientation. That's still fine for me. That's still a 30% saving, a 33% saving. Let's bring it out. Res. If we look at the collision, which is, because it's a convex hull, it's a pile of poop. So this is Second Life's best, which is a high land impact. This is Second Life's worst. But we're now going to make it prim. Oh, it's still 3. Fantastic. Okay, I'm happy. I am very happy. Interesting. Interesting. So now, of course, our mesh collision goes all the way around. Ugh. You couldn't ask for anything better than that, really. This is an overall success. Now, I go up the steps. Okay. See what I mean? I'm going to fall off the edge. If I'm not careful, I will fall off the edge. But, you know, does it really matter? Yes, to an extent, but I'm not really bothered. Okay, so our model works. Our model works really well. Very happy because this is only a land impact of 3, and this is a land impact of 6. Now the reason why I like these steps. Hi. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm kind of muddling through it, but yeah, thank you. I don't know. Are you a Second Life fan? Do you know about Second Life? Ah, brilliant. Actually, do you know we're rare now on Twitch? We're really rare. It seems to have gone down over the years. I've been in Second Life now about 18 years, I think. And yeah, I love it. Okay. Brilliant. Okay, thank you. Wow. Yeah, 2006. Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, I took a break off of Twitch. Sorry, off of streaming, and I miss it. I miss it, to be honest. I really like the community, and I like Twitch, and a couple of other streamers kind of inspired me to start streaming, you know, again, because they were doing some really cool stuff in Blender, and I just thought, do you know what? I really miss it. Streaming Second Life is hard. It is, and years ago I got hammered quite badly by a few people because they said that it was against terms of service. Now, I do understand why it's against terms of service. I tend to only stream from Second Life beta. So there isn't anything here. I'm in a sandbox area. You know, there isn't going to be anything that's against terms of service here. And I'm literally I'm literally building in Blender. I mean, that's all I'm doing. I'm not. I can understand if I was going around some of the moderate to adult sims. Yes, you're going to get into trouble. I understand that, but I'm not doing anything. You know, I'm not doing anything. I think that's why it became against terms of service in Twitch, because of the content. You know, I mean, there was some pretty. If you've been around in Second Life, you'll probably remember, actually, back in the day, before there was the categorizations about adult, moderate, and general sims. Oh, it was one of the reasons why I left Second Life for years. Mainly because of the content. Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I can fully understand why Twitch wouldn't want that content on their platform. I mean, you know, let's be real. There's some pretty crazy stuff and in Second Life. But I'm not in there. I'm using it literally, you know, to to do my building, my mesh building. I used, oh yeah. I used to do an awful lot of RP stuff, huge amount. I'm I was a kind of a builder, the main builder for Neo Victoria, which is neo, kind of steampunk. Yeah, okay. So you're into combat. Yeah, I would agree. There are some pretty strange things, just like in real life, right? There are some pretty strange things in Second Life. Yeah, yeah. There's some pretty strange stuff, and I would fully, absolutely. There's no way I'm going to stream while being on some of those. Those RP sims. Yeah, and if we go back, yeah, and if you go back even to the early days of Second Life, what there is available now, the things that are available now in Second Life, the live part, not the beta. Yeah, kind of mind blowing. Really? How on earth do you play sports? Sport? I see. I don't. I just build. I build stuff for people. I don't really explore. I used to like a lot of the gothic Sims. There was an awful lot of it around. Oh wow. Really? You're kidding. I never knew that. I never knew that. Well, I'm blowed. That's that see, I've learned something. Yeah, died out. I think the problem, I had this conversation with another streamer, and I think Second Life, they were also into Second Life many years ago and dropped out. I just don't think that I just don't think they're really developing it like they used to years ago. And I think there are other platforms now, like, these chat sims, and there's all sorts, what do they call it? I can't remember now what they call them. VR chat. Okay, so they tried to do that in Second Life, but it never really took off, which was a shame, really. It is a shame because I love it. I always have done. I just keep coming back to Second Life. It is good. But yeah, Sansar. I know that was a terrible. I mean, again, really brilliant idea, poorly executed. It's a real shame because Sansar had potential, but my goodness, it was just useless if you didn't have a VR set. And I dread to think how much money they invested in that. Yeah, I remember San. I've still got I went into Sansar a few years ago, and it died. I mean, it was very clever and but my goodness, it was chronically slow. I mean, Second Life Live is it's choppy. They have problems with bandwidth still. Really? I haven't. Yeah, no, they tried something many years ago with the mobile app, and I noticed. I think I got an email where they were talking about, you can now run it, and to be honest, I haven't been down that route. Do you have to buy the app? Now that is a good idea. That would be a brilliant idea. Oh, the app is free. Ooh. That's interesting. Okay, so I do remember having something on an Android that you could run that allowed you access to Second Life, your account, but without the graphics. You kind of had all the functionality of chat and being able to look at your inventory and on all that kind of thing. Can't remember what it was called, and again, it died. It wasn't, and it just killed your battery. Yeah, yeah, it wasn't good. It wasn't good. But actually, if they are developing it on an app for Android and iOS, and also if you can use a web browser, that would be amazing. Really? So, what are the graphics like? I mean, it's got to be pretty low, surely. Really? I might have to. I might have to look at that. I might have to look into that because really. Oh wow. Okay. Wow. I might have to have a look at that. Um, One of the things I do enjoy about Second Life still is the I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. To be honest, I haven't been into it in the last couple of years. Um, what is it called? I can't remember what it was called now. It's the cancer. They raise money for cancer. Um, I'm not. I'm in the beta version, so I don't have all my access. I've been into the beta version for many years, and the that's it. Relay for Life. That's it. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And I love that. I used to do an awful lot of building for Neo Victoria back in the day. And yeah, I managed to get a few things on there. You know, the hunts and all that kind of thing. Relay for Life is really, really good. But my goodness, it's so slow. Chronically slow still. They still haven't sorted out the bandwidth. And it's just a shame, really. Oh wow, okay. There were years ago. I mean, we're probably talking 10 years ago now. It was absolutely amazing. I don't think I didn't do anything else. I was just in Second Life. It was amazing, and I remember taking literally thousands of snapshot photographs. It was awesome. It was awesome. Yeah, it was great. It was mind blowing. The creativity of some of these, and I think it was also around that time that an awful lot of game designers and game programmers and such like were using Second Life as a kind of a platform that was free that they could, you know, experiment and stuff on, which is what I use it for. But yeah, that back then it was good. The last couple of years, to be honest, I've gone in there, wandered around The Sims, and was very unimpressed by it. To be honest, you know, the creativity I think has gone, the passion is gone for it. But breedables, all right, okay, yeah, and also extremely clever. I think it is amazing that they can do that kind of stuff. Yeah, then everyone started doing it. Yeah. And that I think that's the thing, isn't it? When the mesh avatars and such like came along, you know, the it made your old style, you know, avatar look really horrendous. Um, yeah, I mean it does tend to do that, and then of course you get everyone selling stuff, you know. But I think breedables is quite clever. It's very very clever. Back in the day, I did a huge amount of scripting, and I still do tinker around with scripting. Again, very very clever what you can do. Sim style type games, really? See, I've not explored this, where you have a HUD that tracks your mood. Wow. Yeah, you see, I haven't really got into, I mean, I haven't really got into it in the later years. Really? Wow. I'm seriously out of touch. I am seriously out of touch with stuff. So it sounds a bit like Sims, the game Sims, which makes sense. Farmer and grow crops. So really? Oh, yeah, this is new to me. Oh, right, okay. Wow. That's clever. That is clever. That is quite clever. BU. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna write that down. I'm gonna have a look at that. I'm gonna explore that because that sounds actually interesting. My wife and I have both been in Second Life about 18, 19 years, I think now. And she kind of lost interest in it, to be honest. And but I mean, she was all the fashion and the shops and the marketplace and selling and building. Like, we had an island for a while, and all that was like really, really good, but seriously expensive. It ended up actually costing quite a lot of money, which again, I can kind of understand it, but I think a lot of people made loads of money in there. But it is good. Do you do building? Do you like building, or do you like participating in things? Yeah. That's where my interest is I like building and scripting. This is what I'm attempting to build. I still like the whole steampunk side of things, still very much. Yeah. Yeah, I come from Blender 2 point something days, when it was really difficult to try and build stuff, and I remember going in world classes, to learn how to build stuff in Mesh when Mesh first started coming into Second Life. And I got hooked. I was always into 3D stuff anyway, so but to then bring what you like creating and bringing it into something like a platform like Second Life just fascinated me. And yeah. Yeah. Sculpties, they were good. Yeah, they were quite good. Oh, if I look at have you ever gone back over what you used to build with meshes that I'm not good at texturing? Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, land impacting is a big, and I had a massive learning curve with that. It took me a long time to realize what you had to do to try and lower the land impact, and it all comes down to physics. Yeah, I've gone back over some of my builds in Second Life, that even way back 18 years ago, and it looks horrendous. It was pretty basic back then. I mean, your character was pretty basic with the square feet and the yeah. Yeah, well, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. It was a bit like playing Roblox almost. It was so, you know, it was pretty bad. But I seem to be into I don't know whether you've seen my other videos, stuff that I like making. I like, I've made sort of graveyards, and I've made all sorts of stuff. I love it. I love making stuff. playing around with it. But my latest kind of craze at the moment is buildings. And this was one of the hardest things to master with regard to physics and lowering land impact, was buildings. Yeah, I find it really relaxing. And I love watching people build stuff in Blender. Like, there's a few people I follow on Twitch, and I can just sit there for hours and hours watching people, you know, sometimes they admit they don't know everything about Blender and they're just experimenting and whatever, but I don't know. I think I've always been fascinated with 3D stuff. Yeah. It is, I tell you what, right? I struggled because I think I explained this in yesterday's stream. The difficulties I had was watching other people make things on YouTube who were not teachers, and they would leave crucial bits of information out of their builds that I just used to replay. Animesh. Yeah, Animesh is okay. I did play around with it for a while. Kind of doesn't interest me really. I'm more static stuff really. But yeah, the whole land impact physics thing took me a long time to try and piece that together, and a huge amount of experimentation, which is the only thing I learned in the end. Was you have to keep going in and out of beta, Second Life beta, and playing, and just figuring out exactly what it was. I used to look at other people's mesh. I used to look at other people's builds in world. Couldn't figure out how they had this, you know, massively intricate, like sofas, right? You look at the mesh on a sofa, the detail was amazing, and it used to be like one land impact, and I used to think, how on earth are they doing that? Now I know how they do it. So you know, this is a tall building. This building is 60 meters high. Yeah. It is discouraging when you try and try and try, and people are not really explaining the absolute crucial things that you need to know about reducing land impact, because you really want to create something really nice, and then you bring it into Second Life and you find out one, it's going to cost you a huge amount of lindens, and then the land impact is absolutely ridiculous. I can make builds now like these buildings lower impact than someone else doing it using mesh, using Prim, you know. And people are really always amazed. You know, I made that castle, um, which is massive, and it's huge. I've seen tiny little houses that are about 300 land impact, and I made a massive castle with textures and everything in it to only be 70 land impact. And you know, I now understand. See, years ago, if I even attempted to make this and bring this into Second Life, I mean, this is 320 faces. You try and bring that into Second Life without physics, it'll be a stupid amount of land impact. And it's just knowing you know, what to do. Maybe I should do a video. I did talk about it yesterday. Maybe I should do an instruction video. Do you reckon that people, you know, would like that? I could do like a concise. This is exactly what you need to do. I mean, I do keep mentioning it even now because yes, I mean, yeah. Okay, I might do that. I might do that. I mean, here's a prime example, right? I have designed spiral staircases in Second Life for years, right? Here's the spare, and of course I could never ever get the land impact down like below. Let me just get rid of this 1 minute. Let me delete this. It's in the way. I don't need it, and it's over the top. Right, there we go. Right, here's an example. Okay, so I'm making spiral staircase that's going to be about 40 meters high. Recommend several parts, which makes me... Yeah, okay, yeah, I'm the same. I'm the same. I used to watch videos and I used to just scratch my head and think, life is too short. Life is too short to listen to someone going on for about an hour about how to lower land impact when it's actually really, really simple. Yeah, that's why I one of the reasons why I gave up actually Second Life for quite a number of years, because I couldn't. I wanted to create so many things and I just couldn't bring it in without, you know. But here we go, right? Here we go. This is a very quick example. So this mesh is 110 faces, right? If you bring that into Second Life as it is, with using Second Life's own physics, right? I think did I just show you this? I don't know whether you were actually here then. So if we go back, if I go back into Second Life, I'll show you. Right, let me just get rid of this 1 minute. Okay, so exactly the same mesh, two different types of physics, right? What most people do is they design something in Second Life, you know, for mesh, and what happens is the physics is like this. See, this turns blue, right? So what tends to happen is people bring this into Second Life and they go, "Oh wow, that's amazing, that's amazing," but they then, you know, then the land impact. Okay, so this is not huge, but it's still 6 land impact. This steps, and this is Second Life's own physics, right? This is my one. This is my physics on this one, right? Land impact of 3. Exactly the same mesh, different physics. So, you know, it does actually make a difference. The physics on your mesh makes huge land impact. Now, if this wasn't steps, if this wasn't steps and I didn't need to walk up these steps, I could bring that land impact down to probably 1. No problem. If this was just literally for show, didn't need to climb it, didn't need to have any collision at all, yeah, not a problem. This one would still be high. In fact, when I don't bring this in with physics, it goes up to 8 land impact, exactly the same mesh. So, you know, it's kind of interesting the way Second Life works, but I'm happy with 3. And for that whole building, I probably need to replicate this 4 times. And now I've got a nice spiral staircase that I'll texture that will go literally from, you know, the first floor all the way to the top of the building. I'll do a video. Understand the physics. Yeah. Yeah. The physics is everything. I saw a guy, what prompted me quite a few years ago, I saw a guy design this amazing candelabra, and the detail on it was just astronomic, and I can't remember what the face count was, you know, the triangle count. And I know it was ridiculous, and he brought it into Second Life. Now, of course, you don't need to have collision and all that with that object. And he brought it down, and the land impact was 1, and that inspired me to absolutely learn how to do it, you know. But I still couldn't follow his video, you know, because he left out crucial details. You know, he kind of skipped through some real crucial details on it, and I always thought it was a shame. You should get back into it again. I'll do a video. I'll do a video and I'll make it pretty simple. What kind of things did you like making? Or do you like 3D stuff in general? Buildings, yeah, buildings and furniture. I'm the same. I've kind of stuck around buildings. Um, yeah, I like buildings. Some people like clothes. I did try clothes. I found that frustrating. But some people have really mastered clothes, and then of course mesh clothes came along. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What you want to script exactly, and there are some amazing scripts out there now. I mean, it really is amazing what you can do. The flexibility of Second Life is what keeps me going in there, really. Wow, paintball. Oh, wow. Wow, that would be interesting. That would be quite interesting. And to have the effect that the paint would stick to someone, you know, or maybe I don't know how you do that. That's got me curious now. Wow, okay. So, I mean, I got in part of the role play that I got into was really back in the day. Do you ever remember CCS? CCS back in the day, and what were the name of the Sims that I used to go to? That was brilliant. Yeah, that system was brilliant. It did work. It was a little bit clumsy, but it did work. I'm trying to remember the Sims I used to go boxing and wrestling. My God. I was more um swords. It was the old style melee combat and stuff like that. Was really what I did was into. Boxing and wrestling. How on earth can you do that in Second Life? So were they using boxing and wrestling? So were they using like predefined mocap animation for stuff like that? Oh, okay, okay. Right, okay. Okay, that would kind of make sense. It is amazing. You've opened up my eyes to other things in Second Life. I need to go around and explore a bit more. I've tended over the years to just literally focus on making stuff, and I just give it away to people. Very simple on the boxing gloves. Oh, okay. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, yeah, I can understand that. Cool. Yeah, and I've picked up an awful lot. If you look at the influence of some of my builds comes from places that I visited, other creators, and that's what I really love. Yeah, I used to really, really explore. Do you know Sims like Babbage, New Babbage? Sims like that. They're constantly building in there on those Sims, and they've got bigger and bigger and bigger over the years. Yeah, New Babbage, I think it's called, and it's all steampunk basically. And I remember back in the day. Well, I can't remember the name of the Sims I used to go and do the CCS stuff. Uh, can't remember the name of them now. I mean, we're talking a long time ago. And I remember actually bumping into somebody who was building in there, and he was a game developer. Yeah, he was a game developer, and some of the stuff he was basically building stuff and testing it out in there on those sims, and that was after my 5 or 6 year period of you know not going into Second Life because of all the rubbish that was happening. When I came back, then I found out that they had sorted out the whole adult issues and the moderation of um, yeah, I'm gonna have to explore more. I am definitely gonna have to explore more because there's obviously things I've missed over the years, and I've tended to just stick to the one. Yeah, I remember it got too much. It was almost like you were going into a sim that, and people would run these stupid scripts, firing all sorts of. I mean, it was horrendous. People were playing stupid sounds, and there was some real bad stuff happening. Yeah, that's it. Griefing. That's the word I'm trying to think of. You're bringing back lots of memories for me. Yeah, griefing. There was a huge, and that's what annoyed the hell out of me. It really did. I didn't like it at all, and it got ridiculous. Yeah, it really got ridiculous. Yeah, it's been good. It's been good actually to catch up with someone like yourself about Second Life because it was a large part of my entertainment. I'm not a TV. I don't watch TV. I'm a kind of a bookworm type person. Plus, I mess around with 3D quite a lot. And Second Life was actually good fun. That whole social interaction with people literally from all over the world. I made some amazing friends online in Second Life. I mean, it really did have a good community, and the whole RP stuff was good. That I used to love all that, but that seems to have all died now. It's a shame. Yeah, it's a real shame. Anyway, yeah, it's been good to chat about Second Life. It really is. Not an awful lot of people still know. Yeah, great memories. Yeah, good memories. They were good memories back in the day. Yeah, it was good. It was good. It was good. They were good memories. BU, let me know. Yeah, I'm gonna try it out. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely try it out. Yeah, I will try it out. I've written it down here. I will yeah, it did get me curious when I got that email. I think they sent an email out to everyone, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to try it. And I never did because I thought, if it was like the other one, it was pretty crap really. But I will try it out on your recommendation because I'm curious. And it would be handy to actually have access to it on a mobile just every now and then. Do you keep do you do you keep seeing welcome to chat room keep coming up? Sim style, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, it'd be pretty neat. It keeps refreshing. I know, I've noticed this on other people's streams as well. It does seem to be when I look at other people's streams, it's the same. I don't know why. I don't know whether that's obviously could be an OBS thing or it could be a Twitch thing. No idea. I want to get this right because I need to get this exactly. Okay, it looks like it is actually in the middle. It does look like it's in the middle. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, it could be a Twitch thing. I think it is a Twitch thing. Okay, that's in the middle. I now need to drop this down. Yeah, okay. Good luck. Thanks for the chat. I've really enjoyed it. Yeah, it's been really, really good. And thanks for coming to my channel. It's been good. Hopefully see you either in Second Life or yeah. I'll do that video, by the way. I'll hopefully see you again. Okay, right. So I was talking yesterday about these stairs and why is it doing that? Why is it? Okay. Is it tied to something else? Oh, I know why. Cursor to world origin. Set the origin to the geometry. Rotate Z. I would like this to, let's say, go there. Sometimes it's easier to just use this. Okay. So that's now in there. Now the key thing is, because I've now got the land impact of this spiral staircase down low, I will not be that I'm going to put it in the building because I want to do the texturing and everything, but I will not be using this mesh when I export the whole building out, obviously, because I want to keep the land impact so low. Cool, this has gone up here. Which, okay, there we go. That's better. Okay. So we're going from the first floor through the second floor and going up this way. Might get away with just 3. That would be neat. If I could just do this in 3, that would be very, very good. So just for the purposes of this, I am going to... Okay, so we're going through there, that's fine. And now... okay. This is what I wanted to find out actually, was whether the spiral staircase... I might have to resize the spiral staircase very slightly because I'm noticing that it's not exactly going through that hole between the floors particularly well. Not a problem, but we're just doing this for the aesthetics of it, really. Oh, it's so close. So close to the top. Wow. Okay. I might have to redesign the stairs a little bit more, I think. But if that means I only need 3, okay, I might go up one more step, redesign the steps very, very slightly, so that I can get away with 3 sections of spiral staircase to go from the first floor all the way up to the top. And that is only going to be 9 land impact. Cool. Really neat. Really, really neat. Okay, I'm just going to join this for now. Just because I just want this to look good, really. Okay. I want to move that out there. What else can I do? So I've done the kind of balustrade for this level and this level. The land impact on that is actually really low. I could experiment maybe a little bit more with the physics on that to try and get it even lower. But, you know. What is going on here? Oh, okay. Why is that shown up all of a sudden? Okay, it seems to be a duplicate. Right. We've got the front door, we've got the windows, we've got the balustrade that goes around on this floor and that floor. I'm not going to put anything at the top. If I look at my reference image, right, it's got kind of a balustrade going around the top. I'm not going to bother with that because physically no one's going to be going up there. But physically, oh, I know what I needed to do. I need to create a door on this section for people to get out of here. So I could make a doorway that goes here. And then I need to create, I'll make one of these windows a door. That's easy enough to do. I might put the doors at the back. Do I make one of these windows a doorway? Right, and do the same, and then just that would cut down. Definitely for this, I might make a doorway here. Make that window a doorway, and then on this side, make one of these a doorway. Right, let me save this 1 minute. I might just take, because this is quite a large hole. I mean, the windows are actually very big. And I think what I'm going to do... It's interesting how I can't get that to go all the way around. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just drop that down. Actually, do you know what? I think what the best thing to do... Let's turn... Ooh. Okay, let's turn snapping on. And I'm going to go to edge. Right, so... I'm going to create that. Okay. What's really irritating about this is that you can't seem to, like, I want to go down and I want this to go, can I go Z? Ooh, I just answered my own question. That's what I love about Blender. You do very often answer your own questions. Wow, see, I never knew that. This has annoyed me for ages, actually. Okay, I'm going to go from there. And I want to go Z. Look at that. I never knew you could do that. I love it. There's things that you learn about Blender which just mind-blowing. Just amazing, really. So I'm going to cut this mesh from here. I can hit Z and it literally takes me straight down. I just can't believe that I just learned that. Because I've used the knife before and ended up making a right mess thinking, and I just thought, you know, you can do an awful lot of things in Blender by just hitting the orientation. And yeah, so now these are exactly where I want them. Wow. Okay, this is what I love about Blender. So basically I'm using the knife tool. For anyone that doesn't know this knife tool, I basically want to get rid of this mesh here because I want to drop this window down to create a door, and I want it to actually cut through the base of the mesh. So I think what I need to do is highlight this, delete it. Okay, so I now have this. Now I think the smart thing to do would be to merge these vertices. If I try and slide this down, I think it will create a mess, and I don't really want to do that. Right. Ooh. Why did you do this? Merge at last. Okay. Merge at last. Merge at last. Cool. So it also got rid of there, which is good. Right. Now I can make this door however big I want. No, I didn't want that. Okay. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move that section down so I can grab it and actually move it. If I do 2 Gs, no, okay, that doesn't work. Okay, let's escape that 1 minute. If I go G, Z. Whoa, okay. Duh. Turned the snapping off, which was the problem. Right, okay, let's just look at this in orthographic mode. I'm going to GZ. I'm going to bring that down to about... I'm going to make it slightly bigger than a window, but I don't want to make it too big. I think there is fine. Right, okay, we've now got a door. We've now got a door to the outside from that floor. Right? Cool. Now I need to do the same, which will be even easier to create a doorway. And I'm going to do it on this mesh here. Using my newfound skill of using the knife to go in straight lines. It is interesting, actually. I do find this with other streamers as well. How you know, while you're trying to get a solution to something, you then find the answer, and that's what I love about Blender, is the, and it really is about the community. You know, if you're learning Blender and you're streaming online, you can get a huge amount of help from people. You know, because I think the thing is, nearly everyone's been in the same boat. So yesterday, I was helping a streamer yesterday to do texturing, and yeah, it was good fun. It was really good fun. Right, so now I want to cut this. And now, because they're exactly in the right place, I can now cut this. Okay, right. And in fact, you know what I'm going to do is I am going to just delete those faces, because this is so close to the bottom of the mesh anyway, to this bottom. I think it's just not going to look out of place if I turn that into a door. Okay, and now I'm going to merge these vertices. I love the Twitch community as well, and this is what's kind of brought me back doing streaming again, because you know, exactly that, you know, situation where you can, you know, as a streamer, you're kind of working and just enjoying what you're doing, but at the same time, you know, you can have conversations with people online, and you don't know where they are, what country they're from, or anything, and yet you can have a conversation about something like Second Life, and it's amazing. It is amazing. Okay, I'm not 100% happy with the stairs, with the way they are. They're not the right size for a start, and I need to, in fact, actually. I need to design the stairs to look a little bit more better than they are. I mean, you can see quite clearly they're not the best. Then they don't fit the hole really very well, but I've managed to actually figure out what's going to work. You know, in Second Life, which is what I'm doing this for. And I'll probably end up just giving this away to people again. You know, like I did my castle. I mean, I have it on the marketplace at a ridiculously low amount of money when I compare the quality and such like of my castle with other people. I mean, some people have designed some amazing castles, but then they're charging, you know, thousands of lindens to buy their castle. And I've put mine on for 100 lindens, which is nothing really. Okay. So we've done the doors. We've got the doors. I now need to design, like the front door, I think actually I might even use an even more simplified version of a door. It doesn't need to be anything fancy, and I don't really want to keep adding extra mesh to this, because I want to try and keep it as low as I possibly can without sacrificing detail. So the easiest way, I want to create a door for sure. So the easiest way of doing that is doing this, Shift D on the Y. We've got our outside. Of course, the clever thing will be the texturing, which is what makes it stand out. Okay, so we've now got first floor. I'm going to call this door. Let's fill that. And I can use the same door. I can just duplicate the same door. Now, I notice all the faces are around the wrong way. We need to do that right now. Flip the normals. I know what people say. Oh, it's an N-gon, it's an N-gon. Who cares? Second Life works that out for you. Okay, now I have a door. I'm not going to put a frame around this. I'm not going to do anything fancy. I might be able to get something in the texture to go in this particular area, but I'm not gonna bust a gut. I doubt really whether most people are going to be going through this door anyway. So I'm not gonna worry too much. I'm gonna duplicate this and go up, and this is going to be floor 3 door. Ooh. Floor 3 door. I know I'm going to have to stretch this a little bit, so that's fine. That's the door done for this one. The door for this. Oh, okay. That's interesting. I thought that... I thought these windows were the same size. Obviously not. Oh, that probably means... that I need to create a specific door for that space. It doesn't matter. I will create a specific door for this space. Okay, bear with me 1 minute while I do some IRL stuff. 1 minute. Okay, sorry about that. I needed a break. Um, uh, and my wife made an amazing cake, a strawberry cake that is just mind blowing. Anyway, um, I'm just going to make a specific door for this. It doesn't matter. It doesn't take very long. It doesn't take very long. Normals outside. Thank you. That used to drive me up the wall. Also, I'm sure the tutors that were in World used to say this, but I know, like, I used to listen to everything and I used to try everything and experiment and everything in the early days of Mesh in Second Life. And I'm pretty sure they never used to tell you about the normals. And it used to be so frustrating. You'd make something, bring it into Second Life, and it was invisible. And it was like, wow, what on earth is going on? You know, why is that happening? And it took me quite a while and a lot of experimentation to figure out that that's actually what the problem was. That the normals were around the wrong way. Okay, I forgot to separate this, didn't I? Duh. Right. So this is door. Okay, it's not a big deal. Very easy to create. Set origin to geometry. I always check the scaling on stuff, you know, because you never really, you know, you'll spend so much time doing something and making something, and then realize that the scaling is all wrong, you know. Right, so we now have doors. We've done a small bit of detail. Yesterday we did this. I know one thing I do need to do with regard to this is separate them by loose parts, because otherwise, if I add this to the building, the physics will be all wrong because they're joined together. Now, why have we got duplicates? That's interesting. It's a good job I did that, really, and found out that there was two lots of the same mesh. Just like there was a duplicate of this floor for some reason. Okay. We now have doors. So we have a front door. People will go into the sort of the reception area. We're going to have a nice chandelier hanging down in here, which would be rather good. Then people will go up the stairs. Okay, so people will go up those stairs. That's the physics. Okay, I want to put physics on there. Okay. What did I do there? Oh yeah, I hate it when it does that. So cube 020 dot physics. There we go. Zero. Thank you. Right. We got the physics. I'm going to hide them. What other details can I add to this to just add to the... let me bring back this. So we have doors. I'm going to add a clock detail in the middle of this, like a steampunk clock. I've got balustrade that's going to go around here. I'm not going to add any more detail to this kind of object here. I've got corners which add sort of nice bit of detail. Again, not too much. I don't really want to add any more detail around windows. I keep looking at this kind of pipe thing. I don't know what that is. Doesn't look very steampunky, to be honest. I mean, it looks like sort of a one of those kind of poles. I don't know. But you see, yeah, there's all sorts of detail added on here, which I just think is too much. It looks really nice in 2D art, but I think in 3D, especially as I want to bring it into Second Life, I quite like this crane. So I don't know what this is. What is this supposed to be? I mean, it could be an aerial. It looks like pipe, but it doesn't make sense why you would have pipe going up there and just sort of going round and then back down again. Is it steam? I mean, it does look like there's steam coming out the top, but that also doesn't kind of make sense. Well, I mean, there could be some sort of engine in there. I mean, it could be pipe, couldn't it? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what this bit here is indicating, that this could be some sort of steam engine. You know, kind of a steam engine type thing, that this is water pipes. I don't know. I'm kind of not sure that I need to add any more detail to this, really. I think the kind of clever bit will come into the texturing. What I would like to do now is get the stairs, the spiral staircase. I like the fact that it's fairly low poly or medium poly, really, for Second Life. The land impact is going to be very small compared to what it could be. I do want to make it fit inside that hole and make it look just slightly better. So I tell you what I'm going to do. Let's go back to this. Shading is kind of hurts my eyes. Okay, we've got this. I'm going to bring that out so that I know exactly what we're working with. So that I know what the circumference needs to be. Let's design some nice stairs that's going to go around this. What is that command again? Viewpoint? No, align view to active. That's it. Align active camera to view. Align center, cursor, and frame all. Shift C. Ooh. Interesting. Right. Let's get that down. That is the circumference of the hole in the floors, and I need to build some. I want to try and make them look a little bit better, right? Interesting. Okay. I can't remember what it is that you can make this the pivot point, because at the moment the pivot point is actually the 3D cursor, and it's kind of annoying that it loses its point of focus, and I can't remember how you get that. Align view, align view to active. Center view to cursor. Ah, okay. Right, so I want to center view to this object. How do you do that? Hmm. 0? No. What's interesting is I don't seem to have a 0 on my keyboard. Oh, I do. That's 0. Okay. Right. No, it isn't. It's a dot. Okay. Ah, there we go. Hmm. Interesting. Hmm. Okay. Right, I now know the circumference of the steps. What's going to be the easiest way of doing this? Steps themselves are fine. I'm happy with the gap. I want the cursor to be there, really. And of course it's moved. Of course it's moved. It is interesting at times that you can't seem to get the cursor. There we go. Okay, right, we're good. I'm going to add an empty because that's what helps us with the step. How tall is this? 0.25. No, 0.5. Okay, but I need to make the step 0.4. So, yeah, it's 0.4 is the ideal size. Dare I make a step out of that? Problem is, I'm adding then, extra faces, and it just doesn't. I mean, okay, it will look aesthetically a lot more pleasing. Okay, I tell you what, I'm going to try and take a chance on that. I'm going to take a chance. This is all going the wrong way, so outside. Thank you. I'm going to take 3 faces. Right. Okay. I'm just trying to think what the easiest option is to create steps. I think I've probably done that wrong. Right. I think probably the easiest way is to join that. Take, if we take what if I go bigger? What if I make the steps bigger? No, it's just going to create too much geometry. I don't really want to make. I'm trying to keep it low as possible. So I'm going to subdivide this because it basically puts a vertex right in the middle. Or vertice, I don't know what they call it. Okay. So here. Okay, there we go. Why? Why? Sometimes Blender does weird stuff. Okay, I'm gonna fill that. Ah, come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry. I thought that was a I thought that and that had been already joined together, and it hasn't, right? No. Am I looking at the wrong thing here? This, join. Could not connect vertices. Why? Do they, the best viewers, get on whatever that is? I've no idea what that is, so have absolutely no idea. Yay! I don't know quite why that didn't want to do that earlier. Who knows? Okay, I want to create my step. Right, that's my step. Where did that come from? Okay. 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 Right. Just call this step. Right. We're getting there. Okay. We want the step. We want, yeah. By selection. Thank you. What I want, really, so that I can get this absolutely perfect. What I want to do is select this. I want to make this nice and neat. Cursor to selected. This, Shift S, selected, selection to cursor. Right, now I know that everything is lined up correctly. I don't actually need that in this particular egg because I've now got the step that is the right size, right? That is now the right size. I am going to create. We need the column. I think we used it that. There we go. That looks smart because then it will match the faces. Cool. We do need to reduce the radius right down. In fact, I think I made it 0.2 before. And we do need to make it pretty big. At the moment, I don't know how big that needs to be. But we're going to make it, let's make it 9 meters. Okay, we're making it 9 meters. GZ. Now I want this to line up. So we select this face. Where is this placed? Okay. Okay. That's probably not going to be the same, is it? Let's do it the old-fashioned way. Right, there we go. I think that's fine. I think that's absolutely fine. Because we've got a bigger step, may actually cut down. I don't know. Let's just see whether it will actually cut down the amount of mesh. It may or may not. Right. I want to. Let's just duplicate this much. Let's add a modifier. This is where we find out about the steps. Array modifier. We want to go up. Now, I think 1 is too much. Actually, no, we want to go up higher than that. So I think we go up. The step is 400 mil. We're going up 200 mil. Okay, let's keep it at 200 mil. Okay. We had before, so I'm going to create. Let's go 25. Okay, let's go 25. Right, so what I'm thinking now is that... No, I think that's too much. How much is each one of this? How high is this again? This is 36 meters. 36 meters is not enough. So if I go we're not far off, right? We're not far off at all. So this is 36 meters. What if we go 37 meters? Right. What if I make... I'm just trying to calculate out and think ahead about how many pieces I need. So if we make it 37 meters, divide 37 by 3. $12.33. So if I make this 12.33, we will get 3 sections to fit exactly in that building. Right? Right. Now I can make the steps fit this center column exactly. Right? And we've got a little bit of play. We've got a little bit of play, which is perfect. I would... Ugh. I think I would prefer this to actually be even just very, very slightly taller than... Yeah, there we go. Right, so that's the right amount of steps. We've got the right spacing. We are going to object offset and select this empty. Okay. Okay. Here's a really good example of me not doing the I say it myself and I don't do it myself. You do forget. You do forget. There's no doubt about it. I think we had that there. I haven't applied scale. Mm. So if we do rotation, here we go. I love this. I love these modifiers. I absolutely love modifiers. This looks good, but I wonder if we could just make it a little bit tighter. I think we went to 53 degrees before. Okay. How are we doing space-wise? That's pretty neat. Now, my only issue is the height from there to there. What is the height between there and there? So we've got 1, 2, 3. Interesting. Okay. Okay, so the height of this is 12.4. Divide that by 3 is 4 meters. That is going to be high enough for an avatar to walk up without hitting the step, right? So you have to think about this. I walk on this step. The last thing I want is to get squished on this step, which is above it. So I need to make sure that I've got enough gap here, which by my calculations is approximately, probably less than 4 meters. Now I know my avatar is 2 meters or 1.8 meters. So it should be fine. Did we get to the very top? Yes, we did. Right, okay. I think this is going to look a lot better because it should now fit the hole in the floors perfectly because we use that as a model, as a guide. Excuse me. I think we've now got probably how much? Ooh. Faces is not that much higher. is not much higher. There is a difference, is about a difference of 37 faces, but we've got better detail, and I don't think it's gonna, you know, I don't think it's going to impact the land impact in Second Life too much. Cool. We've got a nice column in the middle. I think it looks spacious enough. And each one of these is, yeah, okay. That's good. I'm going to create the physics to be similar to the corkscrew effect that I did on the other, you know, my original kind of test one. So I think that actually works really well. I want to highlight this. Ooh. Yeah, that doesn't work. Because I'm using, okay, so it's because the modifier has not been applied. So if I apply the modifier, right, I'm happy that the steps are there. We're good. Right, now I need to create the physics. I think if I was doing this for aesthetics, I would create a railing that went up the stairs as well. I mean, I think that would look really, really nice. But I know it would increase the mesh a lot, and it would increase the land impact a lot. And I think it's kind of unnecessary, because although it might look good, I think it's just going to create too much land impact. So I'm now going to create the physics. I need to actually, do you know what? I'm trying to think what is the best way of creating the physics for this. I don't think it's going to actually have that much impact if I did this. Let's experiment. Or I could create the corkscrew effect for physics, which again works perfectly okay. This is what it's about, experimentation. Sometimes there's you know, there's kind of what do they call it? You know, you kind of have to decide on the speed of something compared to, you know, land impacts, land impact. Okay, so I'm going to go Shift D Z. Right, and now separate by selection. Okay. If I just select this, what is that called? So I'm going to call this physics. physics. Okay, and I'm going to give it a material that I can see. Right. Of course, I can't see it in here at the moment because I don't have that on. But anyway, there's the physics. Gonna try something different. If this doesn't work, I will do the spiral again. It's not a problem. What I would like to do though is I was just thinking whether to create a boolean for this, but then it's just going to create more vertices, but not more faces. I don't think that's really going to make that much difference, to be honest. Okay. Right. Okay. Let's try this. Save my work. Let's say that is the file export. Okay, we're gonna create this as physics, but I'm gonna call it stairs 2. Right? I'm gonna grab this and this. Yep, and this. Did I make that physics as well? I think I did. Why have you moved? Why did you move? Maybe I moved it. Look, it's moved again. Why? What? Okay, it could be me. It probably is. There we go. So what I want to do now is join that and join that. Control J. There we go. Make it ever so slightly smaller. Right. So I've adjusted the scale. Yeah, that's fine. So let's adjust the scale to 0.9. Ooh. 0.99. 0.99. 0.99. Right, okay, so now it's on the inside of the mesh. Literally just, right? Adjust the scale. Apply the scale, rather. Okay, right, now that we've got that physics, I'm now going to go export Collada. We're going to give it this selection only. That's absolutely fine. We're going to take this steps. I don't think I've no. Right, so we need this. Control J. Right. Steps. Okay. We've going to apply the scale. Okay, so that we don't get anything weird happening. Okay, right, file, export, Collada. We're going to call this 2. Selection only. Okay, right. Let's go back to Second Life. Try it out. We're going to try it out. This is our original steps. Let's get rid of these. We don't need these anymore. These are old. Old. Right. We know that the lowest we could get is 3. I'd be happy if we got 4. If it only went down to 4 because we got extra detail, then absolutely fine. Upload. Mesh. We want 2. Open. We have, oh, nice. Nice physics. Nice physics. Right. Let's call this spiral stairs 2. Okay, we've got nice physics. We don't need anything else. We haven't got any textures yet. Ooh, boy, oh boy, that's gone up a lot. That's now 15. Yeah, that's not good. That is not good. And I think it's because the physics have made it. We go back here and I select high. Let's see what it calculates out at. 17. Right. So my physics is not that much less than Second Life's physics. We got to improve this. So the physics model that I created is not good enough. Yeah, I think it's because there's too much, and it doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to be like that. So I think actually the physics I created before, the spiral, I also didn't have this in the middle. I am going to get rid of this, right? So if we go P, separate by loose parts. Okay. I don't think we had the column before. So we're going to go for the spiral physics because I think that's the most efficient way of doing it. Too much. So I'm going to edit this now. It's going to be the easiest way of doing it. I think get rid of all of these first. See, this is why you need to keep experimenting, you know, and unfortunately this is part and parcel of Second Life a lot of the time, is you have to keep experimenting all the time. So what I'm going to do is fill. That is horrible geometry. And I know why, because it's too close in there. No, I can't have that. That's awful. It's because this mesh here is directly above there. Okay. No. Okay. I think the only way I can do that is to slice. Yeah, this is why I did a boolean on the steps with the pillar. Okay. What I could do, of course, is add just another mesh cylinder. Ooh, same size, fantastic. Let's see, it doesn't matter about the size of it. GZ. Ooh. So I'm going to slice that off a bit. Do you know what? I could probably get away with that being just ever so slightly bigger. Let's create a boolean. Modifier, generate boolean, pick up that pillar. Okay, and then apply it. Right, so all I've done really is sliced off some of the inside of the mesh on the inside. Right, so now I should be able to get relatively better. Yeah, okay, there we go. And we're back to doing this again. Okay, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Because I know this saves land impact. This is kind of therapeutic. I don't mind because I know it's gonna work. It's gonna work. It worked on the other one. So, and it did make a huge impact. I will delete the other faces in a minute. Okay. That's the point. I've now, yeah. Let's just make a bit there so that it's at the top. Okay, that's fine. Let's delete these faces. You know what's interesting? Okay, so this is what sometimes irritates me about Blender, and I bet you it'll work now. I've selected right on this particular piece of mesh. I've selected all of these, right? I now want to select similar mesh. So if I say select similar area, oh, it's done it. There was a time though that didn't work, and it would not work no matter what I did. And it was one of those really frustrating things, even on a very small piece of, mesh that you build, and it just would not work, and it was so frustrating. Right, so faces. There we go. Right, so we've now got our corkscrew physics again, which we know works. I'm going to set the origin to the cursor this time. I don't think that makes a huge difference, but we will see. To physics, that's fine. For the stairs, right, okay. Let's go back to... okay. Right, so we've now got this. Okay, that's just called... okay, I've started to screw up here where I'm putting stuff. But anyway, because I want to try and get this. So this should now work fine, right? We don't need to export the mesh again. Right, back to Second Life. Back to Second Life. Let's try this, see what we get. Let's see what we get. Okay, so we've now got the corkscrew physics, which we know works, and we know lowers the impact, land impact. Right, so we've got that. And we've also got it on the top. Oh, I've done it again. Let me very quickly select the physics again. I've got the faces on the wrong way. Why does that happen? I don't know. It's like the faces. Right, please. Yeah, faces are facing the wrong way. Mesh, normals, outside. Isn't that interesting? Normals, flip. Mesh, normals, recalculate outside. Ooh. So there's a couple of bits of this mesh which are not interesting. Do we have two layers? No, we don't. Oh, Okay. That's interesting. No, 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 no. Okay. Why do we have mesh? Hmm. Oh, right. Ooh. What's going on there? Something really weird going on there. What is going on there? Interesting, interesting. Mm, mesh, nose, flip. Mesh, normals, flip. I don't really understand what that's doing. It's not flipping the normals outside. Interesting. Okay, let's just view the faces because um this is so weird. This is seriously weird. The face is going around the right way. Okay, I've hit a technical issue here, which kind of doesn't make sense. Let me delete this face. Right. Now let me select this edge, and fill it. How weird is that? That is what you call weird. So I delete that face, and now, sorry, I will come back to Second Life, but I've got a bit of problem with face orientation. Right, okay, that's now working. Right. Okay, sorry, I'm just trying to fix. Houston, we have a problem. Oh, yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay. Okay, right. Sorry. Now going to create the export the all I was trying to do was tidy up the mesh of the physics. Right, okay, we're now back in Second Life again. Let's see whether we've got a better. Something was going very odd there. Let's collect this. There we go. This bottom section here, something very odd was happening with the normals on that part. Very, very strange. And also I had deleted the face at the top. So somebody would have walked up the stairs and fallen through the top step. So let's go spiral stairs 2. Let's see what the land impact is. Oh, there we go. We got it. So definitely we've gone from 15 land impact to 3. 15 to 3. Purely because I created a spiral physics mesh for these stairs. And I made these stairs bigger with more detail. And we're still at 3. Wow. Okay, that's made me very, very happy. Very happy indeed. I now have a set of stairs that will not... Right, so once again, we look at the Second Life's attempt at physics. Always makes me laugh. And we now convert that to prim. It says 1? No, surely not. Surely not. There's my physics. Wow. Land impact of 1. Cool. I'm very happy. Extremely happy that I now have a set of stairs with physics that's only 1 land impact. Crazy. Let's just check at the top. Yep, so we got that going all the way. Right, let's try it out. This is very... See what I'm saying about the spacing for the steps? You know, I like, this is my avatar. I can't remember how big I am. I can't remember. I can't remember how big my if I edit my shape, I can't remember if this tells me. Yeah, 1.95 meters. So, you know, it's unrealistic because but for in world, in Second Life, I'm actually kind of average size. So, you know, you do have to resize things and just be aware of what you're designing, especially for physical objects that, you know, you want to walk on or go through or whatever. You know, doorways, ceilings. I mean, I always make my ceilings like at minimum 4 meters high because, again, I've seen people designing houses and buildings and such like real life size, you know, and it's awful because your view of your character, like when I'm walking around here, my view is quite wide, and I'm kind of just about seeing my feet there, you know, and I've got a good view of things around. So you don't want to make buildings too small. So if we go up here, you know, okay, right. Yeah, so I am going through there. Am I bothered with that? Yeah. I may need to add something just literally a couple of sides, or I could add the pillar to the physics and see whether that makes much difference. Probably not. Okay, it's going to be difficult to walk up because I tend to nudge up against the pillar in the middle to stop falling. And this is what I was saying about having something on the outside that would help. Yeah, see, this is what happens. But anyway, I know the physics works. I might add something for the physics on the inside, the pillar. Cool. I am very happy with that. We've now got a land impact of 1. 1. Crazy. Amazing, but crazy. I need to turn face orientation off because everything is blue. Boink. Thank you. Right. What could I do here? I could select every other face. That might work. Again, I don't want to add too much geometry to this. As long as I'm not going to go through it, I don't really care too much. There we go. That should be enough. Right. I'm going to make that blue because there we go. I do this every time. By selection. Thank you. Right. Now I can change the material to physics. Thank you. Right. I am going to change the physics. Let's just see what happens with this. Pressing the wrong key. Thank you. Right, Control J to join. Okay. So our physics model, we're now going to export again to here. I am curious as to see how much, whether this, I mean, I don't care. We've got a land impact of 1 for these stairs. I don't care. I don't care if it raises it to 2. That's extremely low for such a large mesh. That's the original, which has got a land impact of 1. Let's upload again. Okay, so we now have some. Oh, I've done it again, haven't I? Face orientation has gone around, or is it just that? Okay, it means I won't fall down. That's fine. Spiral stairs 2. Okay, let's see what the land impact is. I mean, it says 4, but we know it probably won't. It'll be less than that. Okay, bring this one out. Okay. I'm going to color this a different color just so that we've got a different reference. Let's tint it a different color. Let's make it bright green. Cool. Okay, right. So we go to the features. We can see that the physics are crap, and we take. Wow, we've got one again. We have got one again. That's amazing. That is amazing. And we've got physics on the inside, so I now shouldn't fall down the stairs. Yeah, I'm not falling down the column now, the column space. Ooh, only when I don't watch what I'm doing. Cool. Right. I am extremely happy about the outcome of this. One land impact for these stairs is absolutely awesome, and I've made them bigger. I've added more detail, but used the same spiral-like physics, which works perfect. I'm definitely going to do a video about this and add it to YouTube, because awesome. I'm so tempted to actually now create a railing around the outside so that it would make it so much easier. I mean, if amazing. Okay. I'm going to call it a day. Thank you very much for coming to my stream. I do appreciate it, and I love the interactivity with other people that come to the stream and such like. And I really genuinely hope that this, you know, if you like building in Blender and maybe you've done something like this years ago and gave up, you know, through frustration and whatnot, I am going to do a video. In fact, I might even do it tomorrow. I'm going to do an instructional video about lowering things like land impact and the importance of doing physics models in order to lower the impact on land impact on mesh, because it makes a significant difference. It really does. It really does. Anyway, I'm sure I've bored some people to death after 3 hours of streaming. So again, thank you very much, and I hope to see you again in another stream.